Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Wall Street Journal World News.
July 16, 8 o'clock America, New York. A new game called Immaculate Grid makes stars out of baseball's has-beens. I'm glad I failed my way to the top. Journeyman players of yesteryear are enjoying a moment of fame thanks to trivia craze.
Wall Street Journal World News.
July 16, 7:58 America, New York. A buoyant global economy is starting to sag. Manufacturing activity is weakening. Europe has slipped into a mild recession. China's rebound from COVID-19 is sputtering, and heavy debt and high interest rates burden many emerging markets.
The Independent. July 16, 7:57 America, New York. Iraqi premier in Syria to discuss boosting cooperation during the first visit in over a decade. Iraq's prime minister is holding talks with Syrian President Bashar Assad in Damascus during the first trip of its kind to the war-torn country since the 12-year conflict began. Copyright, Associated Press.
New York Times World News.
July 16, 7:53 America, New York. Remembering the dead. Fans are saying goodbye, again, to the band that was once the Grateful Dead. Copyright. Peter Fisher for the New York Times. Dead and Amp. Company fans in New York in June. The Independent.
July 16, 7:40 America, New York. 2024 GOP candidates desperate to make debate stage are finding creative ways to boost donor numbers. With 6 weeks until the first 2024 Republican presidential debate, some hopefuls are finding creative ways to boost their donor numbers and ensure they make it on stage. Copyright, Associated Press.
The Independent.
July 16, 7:11 America, New York. Why Janet Yellen's frequent stops in India are important at a time of tensions with China. Yellen is back in Asia for a series of Group of 20 finance minister meetings in India. Copyright 2023 The Associated Press. All rights reserved.
The Independent. July 16, 7:03 America, New York. Why is there no UK heatwave as Europe swelters during Cerberus? As Europe grapples with extreme temperatures, experts explain what's driving the UK's contrasting weather. Copyright, Amer Ghazal, Shutterstock.
Global News.
July 16, 7 o'clock America, New York. Who are digital nomads and is Canada ready to welcome them? Last month, Immigration Minister Sean Fraser announced that Canada was launching a special visa for digital nomads to come and live in Canada.
Wall Street Journal World News.
July 16, 7 o'clock America, New York. What Threads needs to beat Twitter? Some essential missing elements include a desktop app and separation from Instagram.
Wall Street Journal World News.
July 16, 7 o'clock America, New York. Drugs like Ozempic created a gold rush. These drug makers want in. Companies developing weight loss drugs have raised or made deals valued at more than $1.4 billion since about a year ago.
Time, July 16, 7 o'clock America, New York. A top Shine exec on that influencer trip fiasco. To receive weekly emails of conversations with the world's top CEOs and decision-makers, click here. Few companies have profited from the pandemic's e-commerce boom more than Shine, pronounced Shein, the retailer that has become known for selling ultra-cheap clothing and other goods.
New York Times World News.
July 16, 6:22 America, New York. Black Sea grain deal in balance as deadline looms again. Russia has repeatedly threatened to pull out of the wartime export agreement, which has helped stabilize global grain prices and avert famines. The latest deadline to renew it is midnight Monday. Copyright Jim Heilbrook for the New York Times. Harvesting outside Chasiv last year.
Wall Street Journal World News.
July 16, 6:17 America, New York. Arts calendar. Happenings for the week of July 16. Barbie and Oppenheimer finally hit theaters. A harrowing documentary looks at the extreme sport of freediving. Britpop icon Blur is back and more.
Global News. July 16, 6 o'clock America, New York. Nova Scotia Health, IWK to drop mask requirements in some facility areas. Nova Scotia's two health authorities plan to drop masking requirements in most areas of their facilities next week, though masks will still be required in high-risk areas.
Wall Street Journal World News.
July 16, 6 o'clock America, New York. Venture firms scale back megafunds. The prolonged startup bear market is forcing some venture firms to unwind investments and scale down expansion plans.
The Independent. July 16, 5:58 America, New York. UK Defence Secretary Ben Wallace says he'll quit government and stand down as a lawmaker. British Defence Secretary Ben Wallace says he plans to resign at the next cabinet reshuffle after 4 years in the job. Copyright 2023 The Associated Press. All rights reserved.